Last night we introduced you to Sadie Haywood, the 10-year-old girl battling a rare and deadly disease with no cure. In part 2 of her story, WFMY News 2's Kevin Kennedy looks at the push for treatment and why her family is taking that fight to Capitol Hill.
Sadie say,
spend just a few minutes with Sadie Haywood,
"Give Mom a kiss,"
and you'll find yourself smiling. Because that's what Sadie does so much of the day.
She has been through so much, more than most adults. And she smiles like all the time. She giggles all the time.
How much time Sadie has is unknown. She was diagnosed at an early age with Sanfilippo Syndrome. It's a rare genetic neurodegenerative disorder, and there's no cure.
It is sad because I did get to know this big personality and this amazing child, and she's lost a lot of that.
About 7 years ago, Sadie took part in a 2-year clinical trial. The goal simple: slow the disease to extend her future.
It worked for Sadie. It did.
Her medical reports improved or stabilized. There was hope.
On top of the world. Like we literally went to Disney World to celebrate.
But 3 months after the trial started, it's canceled.
Very early on in the trial, they decided that they were going to divest that trial and focus on other not as rare diseases.
Ashley has looked for other trials with no luck. Big Pharma focused on broader diseases, and small biotechs just don't have the funding.
We just got no's all around. It was something that it was too much to pick up.
Determined to fight for her daughter and others with rare diseases, Ashley went to Capitol Hill with her sister-in-law and Sadie, advocating for funding.
A lot of the companies that are looking at creating these treatments realize that there's not a huge profit waiting at the end.
The cost to develop a new drug can run in the hundreds of millions of dollars. The drug Sadie was on for 2 years left in limbo. The only other option, awaiting FDA approval.
It's hard to rationalize why the FDA would not be approving these treatments for children. If we could get a few more good years, that would make all the difference. If these children could suffer a little less, I mean, incremental improvements. We need progress over perfection.
The numbers are truly staggering. 95% of rare diseases do not have an approved treatment, and yet 30 million people in the U.S. have a rare disease. Sadie, one of about 250 living with Sanfilippo Syndrome.
These treatments, they may not all be perfect, but if they can keep children talking a little bit longer, keep them walking a little bit longer, then that's a win.
Since ending the clinical trial 5 years ago, Ashley has seen the disease slowly crippling her daughter. Sadie can walk, but it's tough. She barely speaks, and her motor skills are fading.
She still communicates with her eyes. She still loves you like nobody can.
Sadie celebrating her 10th birthday just a week ago. A roller skating party with family, friends, and a song. Every moment with Sadie is special and precious, but watching her slip deeper into a medical ravine is heartbreaking. Knowing drugs that show promise and offer hope are out there only deepens the canyon.
It makes me angry. It's hard to understand why our government would not be approving treatments for children.
When or if the drug will ever get FDA approval is unclear, but Sadie's family won't stop advocating, choosing optimism over pessimism.
So I have more hope now than I've had in a long time, but we're not done. There is still a lot more work to be done.
Thank you so much for that.
So they keep pushing for change while navigating their new normal. Ashley's motto: learn to love the life you were given.
Coming up tomorrow night at 11, we go one-on-one with the doctor who helped lead Sadie's clinical trial and find out what he thinks about the FDA approval process and what, if anything, needs to change. We also hear from legislators in Washington to find out what their role is and if there's anything they can do to assist people with these rare diseases. Kevin Kennedy, WFMY News 2.